Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Today is tomorrow.
Which was yesterday. No, it won't be yesterday.
Because the boot sale was yesterday.
The boot sale was yesterday.
But we're not doing the show and tell till now.
Yes, because it was tiring. It was quite a small one, but it was.
Before we say that, we're Neil and Jan Resellers.
Yes.
Neil, I'm Jan.
Definitely that way around. Yes. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel.
You could have been Jan. Who knows?
Yeah. If you like watching car boot sale stuff, reselling stuff, consider subscribing for more content. Remember to hit that bell to get the notifications.
If you enjoy watching learning,
very much learners.
Then this is the right channel for you because we're learning.
Yeah. And you might want to go back and watch the film that this is about from where we got the items from that we're talking about today.
Yeah, that was at Hicksted.
It's not actually live at this point. It's still on the editing table. But by the time
don't watch it. Finish this one first, and then keep coming back.
Because by the time
hope that he's uploaded it.
By the time this gets uploaded, the other one will have uploaded because I will do it in order. So
we hope.
Yeah, well, you see the idea.
He does all of that sort of stuff.
So anyway, so let's get on to what did you get?
Well, it was the Maybank holiday yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
And we went along to the boot sale at Hicksted that we've been going to.
And
recently.
I thought it was going to be huge for bank holiday.
Well, I thought so too. We arrived about 8 o'clock in the morning, so it wasn't actually that early. Normally we'd get there at 7ish and we're at the back of the queue.
Yeah.
But there were no cars queuing up to get in, and we even started wondering if it was on at all, but it was. And then we actually went into the boot sale, and it
just felt weird, didn't it?
It was like it had started 3 hours later and nobody had said anything.
Yeah, and
it was just really late starting.
I mean,
and
you'll see
everyone else seemed to know. Do you ever have that happen to you where it seems as though the whole world knows something that you don't? I remember years ago going into Sainsbury's, almost everybody had a trolley full of French bread, and it was like, what's going on that everybody needs all these French breads that I don't know about? So I bought one.
You bought herd mentality.
Well, it is because I just thought it wasn't going cheap or anything, but people were just picking them up, by 10, 12 of them. And it's like, why? But anyway,
it's a case of somebody dropped a gold ring when they're making it, and someone's going to win it.
So anyway, we get to the boot sale where the first one's down the first aisle. And there was nothing on the tables.
They were empty.
The traders were there who'd got there first.
Yeah.
Some of them hadn't even got their tables out of the car yet. And it's like, it's 8 o'clock. What's happened? Has there been some sort of time slip that I don't know?
And then there was this weird thing of the line that we were going down, because there were cars there, was like the second line. They hadn't filled the first line up first.
Oh, I know why that is now. Because the first line that used to be the first row of stalls is now the first row of the overflow car parking. They let you park on that part of the field. That car parking always used to be the bit where we park and behind.
Now you've got the problem that because you're walking up the second row, it now
you're now walking on the right hand side instead of the left, because they're trying to get everybody to walk on the left, but there's nothing on the left, so you walk on the right.
But it's like, what do you do? Walk down there backwards? I mean, it feels like you're going the wrong, and then it's people get confused, so that now there's people walking both ways, and when there's supposed to be a one-way system.
They've gone one way down it, but then as people had started getting things out of their cars and vans, the people that had already gone past the empty ones had turned around coming back the same one, because row 2 wasn't up yet. It was just bizarre. The whole thing was just really weird.
And the first row,
and I was getting a little bit stressed because I'm disabled and I only have a certain amount that I can walk, and it felt as though I was wasting my steps.
Yeah, to empty tables, and it was a bit odd. Anyway, let's go through to what you did actually pick up.
When we did get somewhere and find some stalls that were selling some things, I found a paperweight. Now, today's tale for me, I've only bought 2 things, and there's good and bad. I know a lot of people are starting to get into paperweights, and I don't know a great deal about them. And this one's quite pretty. It's got all sorts of air bubbles inside. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. But when I was looking at it when I got home, there's marks on it that should come off. But then I kind of noticed that some of it's peeling, and I don't know a lot about glass, but I know that glass shouldn't peel, and the only way that it will peel is if you've put a colour on top, so that the actual glass isn't the colour, it's a coating on top. And I can't see where, I don't know if you'll be able to see that at all, just there where it's peeling, but it's actually scratching off.
And I believe I'm right in saying that when you're looking at paperweights, that obviously I believe that a glass one is heavier than a ceramic one.
Ceramic or the plastic, what do you call it, resin?
A resin one.
Well, you told me.
Well, I believe they are. So.
Well, the lady who had this one also had a resin one, and I'm assuming it's a resin because it had like a picture on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a proper glass paperweight with a picture.
Yeah.
I mean, it was quite a good one. It was in a presentation box and everything, but it didn't float my boat, so I didn't buy it. And this one has a very good weight to it. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try cleaning it off, and see if I can get down to it may just be a white ball, not white, but a clear glass ball.
Yeah.
With, once you get the colour off the outside, I've got no idea, but it cost me £2, so
it's going to be worth
having a look.
£2.
And I had a look on the internet to see if I could find any, and somebody else, I think it was Marketplace or something, is selling a pair.
Right.
And she says, only selling because I've changed my colour scheme. So I'm assuming that this is one of those sort of mass-produced ornamental. So it's not actually like made as a paperweight. It's just an ornament, that you get from Next or.
Right,
or,
got you.
One of these shops that does home
it just looks pretty.
Things.
Yeah.
It's any label that was on the bottom is long gone, but I did think about should I contact her and ask her where she got it from, but.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's mine. So it was a little bit of a disappointment in that it's not the colour it pretends to be, but you live and learn. But having said that, the bubbles inside are very pretty. And
they are pretty.
It's still a nice,
it's a nice item.
It's a nice object. And then I went further, and I think they were still setting up, but saw another meerkat toy, and it's one that I didn't buy the other week. It's I can't remember what this one's called.
Oleg?
It's a Sleeping Oleg. It's a limited edition one, and it comes with its certificate. It even came with the delivery box that it arrived in. But when I took it out of the box at home, it stinks. Whoever had this out in their home must have been smoking 100 a day.
Mm.
And letting him have a puff every now and then. It reeks, and I'm really not sure. Dust you can deal with, and I'm thinking, well, I could spray the toy with Febreze or something. I don't know how successful
leaving it outside
and just in
and
fresh
a good
air.
day in
Well,
fresh air.
it's not as bad today as it was yesterday. Yesterday, when I opened that box, it was like woof, straight in your face. Ugh.
Yeah.
But I really don't know how to get the smell out of it. Because thinking back to my car, when I bought my car, I actually got it from a showroom, £3,000 off the windscreen price, simply because it smelt.
Mm.
It had been used by a very heavy smoker.
I wonder if compressed air would blow out smell.
I don't know if it'd take the smell out. I was thinking I'll start off with
I was thinking about the air
Febreze.
cans and stuff like that, if you actually sprayed it with a air can and stuff.
But the thing is, if you're spraying it with any sort of Febreze or something like that,
you don't want to mark the...
You don't want to mark the certificate there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, so if anybody's got any ideas about that, that's I mean, with my car, they just did a complete valeting before I had it, and although they got all the tobacco staining off the fabrics, it still did smell
a
for.
bit.
I don't know how long it smelled for. We've had it 9 years.
I mean, you've
now,
got a
but...
more sensitive sense of smell than I do, so.
Yeah, but even he could smell this.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
When I said sniff.
I was like, no, don't. Thank you very much.
But apart from that, it's in lovely condition, and I still don't know what the value of these are going to be, because they're not selling for wild amounts of money on eBay. But I just thought, well, I haven't got that particular one. It is a limited edition, so I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
But at that point, by the time I bought that, walked around empty stalls and things, I'd pretty much had enough, and I said, look, I'm going to have to go back and sit in the car. Half the market still, well, not market, boot sales still wasn't set up at that point.
Yeah.
So I went and sat in the car and let you carry on your own. So
yeah,
do you want to show me what you, well, show us what
you
you
got? Well, the first thing that I got, I'm hoping this is the right idea to do. But I don't know if you remember, the other week picked up a Guitar Heroes guitar, which still haven't listed because I'm kind of unsure.
We don't know enough about it.
I don't know enough about it. But what I thought would be quite a good idea would be to get the Wii Guitar Heroes game to sell with it. So I picked that up for £2. And I guess really you probably see that the other day I picked up a Wii Console. It would probably make sense to connect it all up and to see if the guitar...
It's all working, how it works.
Yeah, because if I've got that now that I could connect with the Guitar Heroes guitar and check that it works. So I picked that up for £2. I don't think it's a particularly expensive game. I think £2 probably about the right kind of price for it. I don't think it's going to sell for much more, but I just thought that if I had the game to go with the guitar, that it would probably go slightly better. It just matched, so I saw it and thought, why not? So that was the first thing, and I did open it up and actually check the disc was fine before buying it, because I am aware that some discs aren't in a great condition. The next thing that I came across, there was someone doing a whole load of outdoor stuff, and there was another little pouch. Wasn't a name that I recognised.
What does the name say?
Oriole.
Never heard of them, have you?
No. Anyone heard of Oriole? You can just about see it there. Anyway, so it's another pair of binoculars. I'm kind of on a bit
Turned
of a...
into Mr. Binocular King.
Mr. Binocular King. So...
But then, you know, we're all presumably getting our own niches, and if yours is binoculars, that's
I think why not?
Mine appears to be meerkats.
Yeah. I mean, the thing
Not
is,
long.
with binoculars, I mean, I think they're quite nice.
Slightly bigger than the other.
So they are slightly bigger. They are a
standard 10 by 30 or something, are they?
They're 12 by 32.
Oh, so slightly better than.
Yeah, slightly more enhanced. They're a nice rubber kind of feel. I picked them up for £3. So I thought £3, that's pretty good. I've already had a look on eBay, and there was a pair identical to this. It also has the bit of paper in there, and it has a cleaning cloth in there as well. That sold for 20. So from £3 to £20, that would be worth doing. To be honest, from £3, even if it was £10, £12, which is what I'm going on the idea of. If I see something like that, I'm thinking it's probably got to be worth a tenner. You buy it for £3, you've more than doubled your money.
Yeah. And what I like about it is it's small. So,
yeah.
You know, because our problem that we've got at the moment is
space.
Yeah, his stuff is just kind of taking over the...
Saying that, over the weekend, on Sunday, yesterday... No, not yesterday, on Sunday, the day before that, wasn't it?
Yes.
This
Remember,
being Tuesday.
today's tomorrow.
Yes, which isn't yesterday.
No. That was the day after the day before.
Which was Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first. Beltane.
Beltane. So, yeah, I decided that where I'm storing my stuff. Annoying you?
I find it offensive to not put it away properly. Sorry, I have OCD.
Yeah, and yes, I actually got some storage shelves. I think I recorded the making of that, although I might just have deleted that footage. Yes, we'll have to see. I might have that footage, I might not. I think I recorded it. I might have, thinking about it, wiped that to do this.
Well, if you wiped it, it's a plastic shelving system that...
Yeah.
I was going to say it's an Adidas one. It's not Adidas, it's Addis or
Addis.
something.
But anyway, I got 2 shelves, and
you
they
could always
were...
just take them apart and just pretend.
I could, but I'm not going to, because I've stacked them up with all the stuff on it already. Enough. So, and that just leaves the last thing. I didn't really know anything about paperweights. Jan picked up a paperweight earlier on and showed me the paperweight. And Jan had kind of completed all her walking that she could do and was sat in the car. I decided that the stuff had been put out more by that time, so I ran around the whole thing, and I kind of just bypassed most of the traders. I was trying to look for the non-trader stalls.
Although, to be fair, the traders that are doing house clearances,
yeah, that's
it's always
different.
worth having a look still, isn't it?
But and I picked up a paperweight.
A really nice one.
It's quite a nice one. Also, noticed on the bottom, let's try and get it the right way around. You probably won't see it right. But on the bottom, it does actually say that it is 123 out of 1,000. So it is actually a numbered,
limited edition.
A limited edition. Can you read where it's from, Jen?
Yeah, it's from the
It's from Scotland.
It's from Caithness glassmakers in Scotland, and this particular one is called Parasol. I don't know if you can see that it's like an umbrella.
Take it right up to the camera, you'll see it. You'll see it even better. Going.
Very, very pretty. And looks to be in good condition, apart from there's just one slight bit on the side, isn't there? That I don't know if that, it doesn't feel like a chip. It may even be something to do with you've got in the centre of it. There's a big bubble. And I know that sometimes they have to put a pipe in to blow in.
Yeah.
So it could be where they've done that bubble.
It could be the blow bubble bit.
Because it does look like a very round. If you kind of catch the light, it's a perfect circle.
Yeah.
So it could be that they've.
So
just
basically, I need to
pipe
find
through,
out more about them and
blown that. I don't know if you can see the big bubble in the middle.
A bit more research is going to need to be done on that one. But yeah, you know, I think I paid £4 for it. So I have no idea what it's going to sell for. I thought, as it's a limited edition, it might be worth slightly more.
Well, especially in America, they're now.
Yeah.
Paperweight collecting, it appears, is bigger in America than it is over here.
Yeah.
But.
So I mean, I don't know. It's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what happens if it sells. We'll probably stick it on for a bite now, and it can sit there for a few months.
Yeah, I've just noticed that the dark colour glass at the bottom has got
Little
sits
balls
like
on top.
a bed with just little air bubbles on top.
Yeah, it's very cleverly made.
And then those air bubbles reflect in the bigger air bubble that's right in the middle.
So that was my 3 items that I picked up. I kind of felt a bit disappointing, to be honest. So, yeah.
And I think what we should have done, and what we will do in future, if we arrive that early in future that people aren't set up, then we should just sit down. We'd taken tea and coffee. We should have just sat in the car and waited for half an hour for it to start up properly.
Yeah.
Because, you know, just because you get people rushing around, and I really hate that bit where people are all diving on the table as soon as it goes up. You know, I get pushed out of the way, my balance is bad, I could easily get knocked over in the scrum, even with social distancing, which is non-existent when you get...
Well, it was there, wasn't it? It was
when the
completely
boots open up and the
non-existent.
stuff starts coming out, there is no social distancing, not that I'm bothered about that, but I've completely lost my thread of where I'm going. That's it. I was just saying perhaps we should wait, because you later on... in the day when the rush has gone past and you get a chance to have a proper look through what people are selling.
Yeah.
And it always makes me think of the weekend that I met Neil. We'd met at a camp, and I was on my way home on the Sunday morning, just past her car boot sale near where I live, and it was actually, it may have even been the one that we went to yesterday, but whatever, it doesn't matter what car boot sale. But it was the end of the day, people were all packing up, and there was like one car with one table with one thing on it, and it's one of my most precious possessions. It was a chalice that a silver chalice that I later had engraved.
Yeah.
And that's even featured in books.
Yes.
It's been photographed and shown in books, but so you know, you don't know that the last item at the boot sale, it might be the Holy Grail.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the thing is with you, is that it's limited to when you go round. I mean, me personally, I think I would opt for the have multiple quick rounds, because I'm physically able to. So when they're going out, first of all.
Yeah, if he's well enough to get to the boot sale, he's well enough to get round it.
Yeah, so I can get round, have a quick look round, in between all the scrums of people, and see. You know, I don't want to be in there kind of, but you can still kind of, you get a grasp for what. I mean, there are some stalls where it's like, oh, this is my type of stuff. Yeah. And I'm going to get in, and there's other stuff, it's just pile of clothes. I don't want to be rummaging through piles of clothes.
Oh, the other thing I did see was a genuine Mulberry purse.
Yeah.
Happen to know a bit about Mulberry, I've been buying it for years, and it was a genuine purse, but it was in such terrible condition, and he wanted £6 for it, and I thought, no, you can't, nobody's going to want to buy it in that condition.
That's the thing,
including me. So
I mean, that's the thing.
Thank you very much, but no thanks.
There's no point in buying. I mean, the stuff that we're buying has to be. Yeah, I'm proud enough to put that on my eBay account, and I'm confident that the person who buys it will be happy with it. Because if they're not, then you're just going to ruin your reputation for selling.
Yeah.
So there's no point in buying stuff that just is substandard.
Or just so old and worn out that it's just...
Yeah. I mean, I've just been looking through on my account last night of what's actually been selling. And a lot of my stuff that's been selling is books. Kind of manuals for gas and for books for courses.
Kind of required reading books, aren't they? Where if you're doing a course and you've got to get a certain book that's going to cost you £60 or something, then you're quite happy to look on eBay and get it.
And I saw there were a couple of books there yesterday, but when you look at them, someone's had a real good, really using it and never
used it, yeah.
And it's not, you know, it's the kind of, I wouldn't be comfortable selling it. It just looks tatty, and the thing is with these things is it's got to look nice. People are, and you know if all the corners are completely kind of, and the book's kind of like almost half the size again on the corners where it's all scrunched and stuff. It's just like people don't. I mean, maybe some people have picked that up, but I don't want to be selling that on my.
No.
On my eBay account.
I suppose the only thing you can do is if you do, then you've just got to photograph it completely and be brutally honest in the description and say, you know, it's still got all the information in it, but it's got coffee rings on the cover or whatever.
It's got to be it's got. I mean, there are some books where it's how can you say? But there are some books that are going to be worth it if they're that, and there are others like no, you pick up. It's going to come down to how rare they are. I think if they're quite a rare book, then maybe you would. Yeah. But if there's another 50 sat on eBay, then they're going to go to everybody else's before you. So
yeah. And I was going to say, on a good note, the little camera that I bought at the boot sale the other day, I actually have put a battery in it now. And it's fully operational, so...
Hold it close to the camera so they can actually see it.
It's a Canon Sure-Shot Zoom. It's a little point-and-shoot film camera. But very pleased with that.
That's good, yeah.
That should sell for about 30, 35.
Wow.
It's in nice condition,
and
in its case.
You'll see on the film, I passed it up. Jan said, "Do you want that?" And I said, "Nah, it's not for me. I don't want that." So it just goes to show it's all that learning thing. Next time we're going to know it's mine.
And then when I was rummaging around in the drawer looking for a film to test the Canon camera on, we've got a drawer full of old stuff.
Yeah.
And I came across this one. It's the Minolta, which also didn't have a battery. I just got a battery for it. Now, I think that one used to be my dad's. And when he went from film to digital, I think he gave that to me. But you say that I bought it for you.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm going to sell it.
Either way, doesn't matter whose it was.
It's been in the drawer untouched and unloved
I mean,
for at least
we went
10
into
years.
digital, but the interesting thing on that one, hang on. The interesting thing on this camera is it was an advanced film camera, I think they called it, and you could actually select on top here for whether you wanted a normal kind of photo, a square photo, or a panoramic. And actually the films, I've got the film processed from it, and it actually gives you a panoramic,
a kind of double width
kind of photo, which was quite a unique thing for them
those days.
And it had a really interesting kind of cartridge film. It just slots in like a cartridge, unlike the ones where, a bit like the 35mm where it goes in, but on those you have to bring it over the cart. You just slot the cartridge in and then it wound itself on. And it also tells you how many photos it had. And so it's a really nice little camera. I really enjoyed using it. The trouble was,
if it was my dad's, it wouldn't have been cheap when he bought it.
Yeah, but the whole thing about it is, I don't get why people would still want to use film.
A lot of people are going. There is a whole movement back towards film.
I mean, it was always a case of I mean, you think of. I look at the photography that I do. And I mean, the idea of having 30 shots and it's going to cost you £3 or £4 or more for the film.
And wait a week to 10 days to have it delivered while you send it off. But
yeah,
I can't imagine us going from digital back to film.
I'm not doing it, no. There's no way I want to go into...
But there is a movement amongst youngsters even towards film. So.
I mean, there's a lot of skill. If you obviously in doing that type of thing, you've got to have the skills, because you can't see the results of how good what you've just done is until you've...
Well, you've got to have an eye for a picture, because the point and shoots, you haven't got a lot of choice about your settings. You know, you're literally just going to take...
And you can't rattle off hundreds and stuff, so...
Unless you're very rich. But it does seem to be a feel for a lot of old tech coming back, doesn't there? You know, I never thought we'd ever see record players again. You know, I mean... Got rid of my record player decades ago. Well... Just about when I first met you, didn't I? So, you know, I never thought that, although I still have all my vinyl up in the loft, so I must pull that out, because a lot of it's worth quite a bit now, judging by prices that people are selling it at, because I did have exceptionally good taste. And have all the stuff that people seem to want to buy nowadays. But, you know, cassette tapes, I never ever thought that they would.
No.
They were such a pain in the neck when they didn't work properly, and you had to get your biro out and rewind
and
it.
rewind it, and it all kind of, and that bit where
or
it's
chew up inside of your machine, and But that's bad. It's a lot of old tech that I thought that we'd seen the end of forever, but
it's coming back.
It's now gaining in popularity. But
retro stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, we need to wrap it up.
Wrap up because I do a Zoom coffee morning for my girlfriends on a Tuesday morning, and that's going to start in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, good to see you. Remember, if you've got to the end of this film, then you've congratulations. You've probably enjoyed what we're doing. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing for more content.
Or if you haven't got to the end of the video,
then you won't have seen this. It won't matter. Yeah. But if you do subscribe, then hit that bell so you're notified for the new content that as it comes up.
We're trying to put out content. If we go to a charity shop or a boot sale, we're trying to show you what we're doing so you can comment.
Or if there's something that we think's interesting that you might be interested in.
So or if we've learned something.
So we haven't got set times at the moment. It's just a case of we're putting out as much content as we can. Just so that you guys can find us and subscribe, and then you'll know when they come out. Anyway, catch you guys on the next one.
Certainly at the weekend. Bye.
Bye.